on Winning with Wellness Wednesday. As always, I share the disclaimer. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a certified nutritionist. However, I'm a wellness advocate because of the experiences I've experienced with my mom who had a stroke, and I help take care of her right now. And also, because of that, I'm actually learning more about the nutritional aspects in order to make sure that she's staying well as for myself. So today's topic, as I don't know if you guys know, but June is Men's Health Month. So today start out our series on men's health awareness. And today I'm talking about the Magnesium Revolution, why your body is craving the essential mineral and how to give it what it needs. I'm hoping you guys could see my slide because again, my computer, I can't see.
No.
You cannot see my slides at all.
No, ma'am.
No, we cannot.
Just going to close out a couple of things. All right, let me know if you can now.
Yes, we see it.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So like I said, topic for today has to do with magnesium. And we're talking about a magnesium revolution. And the reason why I came up with this topic is because I recently noticed that with my mom, my uncle, and my dad, all the doctors were recommending magnesium to them. And I didn't understand why. One of the reason I know is, of course, it helps with sleep, but they were really recommending that as a mineral that they should be taking at this age. So I'm going to go through a little bit about what magnesium is. And magnesium basically is involved in over 300 biological, biochemical reactions in our bodies. And so our body basically depends on magnesium. We need it. Okay. So it's a very, the most abundant mineral that is needed in our body, that's essential for life itself. It is found in every cell, which plays a role in DNA synthesis, protein production, and energy. It also acts as an electrolyte and cofactor, which works along with calcium, potassium, and sodium for balance. And it's basically found naturally in whole foods such as dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, legumes, and dark chocolate. All of those are natural foods that God has basically told us that we're supposed to be eating and consuming. So we definitely want to make sure that we're consuming these whole foods on a daily basis as well. So basically, there's a silent deficiency crisis that's going on, and basically, I'm talking about in the U.S. I don't know the numbers in the Caribbean, but I'm sure it's just as high. About 48% of the Americans don't get enough magnesium in their diet. 75 of the adults are not taking the recommended daily amount, and twice as much are more likely to develop some type of a type 2 diabetes because of the magnesium being low. So why we deplete it? First of all, of course, our foods, soil depletion, because of the fact that how our foods are being grown, a lot of the modern techniques in farming are stripping away the magnesium from the soil. Therefore, there's less magnesium that's getting into our foods. Second, chronic stress. Stress hormones are actively flushing magnesium from the cells and causing the depletion as well. Alcohol and caffeine. Both are diuretics. So that means that they flush out your system. So that causes our kidneys to excrete the magnesium from it, which will also lead to deficiencies. If we're eating a lot of processed foods, refined grains will remove 80% of the magnesium. And basically, because a lot of Americans and even ourselves, if those of us live in the Caribbean, some of us eat a lot of processed foods as well, and that also leads to deficiencies in magnesium. There are certain medications, protein pump inhibitors, diuretics, antibiotics, even birth controls can reduce magnesium absorption and increase excretion, so the release of magnesium from our bodies. And lastly, of course, aging. Aging basically with our magnesium absorption is decreased while we age, and therefore we need some more. That's the one main reason why most of the doctors are recommending people, the elderly, to take magnesium, to increase the amount of magnesium in their daily intake because of the fact of aging and we don't absorb it like we used to. So warning signs of magnesium deficiency: muscle cramps and spasms. I don't know who, everyone ever experienced while you're sleeping, you get a muscle cramp, a Charlie horse while you're sleeping. The worst
Oh,
thing to feel.
oh, that's me.
Yeah, the worst thing to feel in the middle of the night. So um, that's something that's a sign of a possible sign of magnesium deficiency. Anxiety, heart palpitation, bone loss, chronic fatigue, or low energy, headaches, migraines, high blood pressure, blood sugar imbalances, difficulty sleeping, brain fog, constipation, numbness, or tingling. These are all signs of magnesium deficiency. And I know when I realized some of these happen, like the headaches or the migraines, or even the muscle cramps, I know I need to take my magnesium. And I'll talk more about what we take as entrepreneurs. So if you have any of these three or more of these things happening, you have to ask yourself, are you getting enough magnesium? So what are the benefits of magnesium? Heart health. It basically helps regulate our blood pressure and maintains a normal heart rhythm, which also reduces cardiovascular disease. It helps our bones. It activates our vitamin D, which we all supposed to be getting a lot of vitamin D, especially you need to go out during the morning and get most of the vitamin. That's the best time to get vitamin D. And of course, through the foods that we eat. But most of the times it's by just being outside and getting some sunlight. So magnesium help activates the vitamin D. It aids the calcium absorption. So 60% of the body's magnesium is stored in the bones. So that's another reason why you definitely want to have your magnesium, because it helps with bone health. Brain health. It regulates the neurotransmitters. It reduces anxiety, depression risk, and supports cognitive function. Muscle function. Just talk about cramps. I take our magnesium supplement for cramps, not only for my legs, but also for stomach cramps when I do have my cycle. So I basically take that. Um, and also when I have chest pains, I take that for that also. But it supports basically post-workout recovery. So those of you who are athletes or you do a lot of workouts, exercising, this having magnesium helps with that. It helps that muscle recovery. So if you get those cramping and muscle pains after working out, incorporating magnesium in your daily diet will help with that. Better sleep calms the nervous system, activates the GABA receptors, which basically turns the brain on and off for better sleep. It's kind of like it doesn't turn the brain on and off literally, but it's kind of like lowers the brain's activity so you can get better sleep. Uh, Blood sugar balance, it improves the insulin sensitivity. So people who have healthy magnesium levels are at lower risk of diabetes. So people who have a diabetic, it's important that you take magnesium as well. So I mentioned earlier that I noticed that a lot of doctors were, well, the ones that here are recommending magnesium, and they're recommending magnesium more for men because they need it more. They need a lot more of it. Men require about 420 milligrams per day versus the 320 that we get as women. 41% lower risk in men with high magnesium intake. 22% of reduced cardiovascular disease, and men over 71 are more at risk of deficiency. My dad, my uncle, they are both over 71. So that's why their doctor recommended they take magnesium supplement. So the top benefits for men, it supports testosterone production. It improves their blood pressure as well as their heart health. It reduces erectile dysfunction risk. It boosts muscle recovery and performance. It lowers stress and cortisol levels and also fights brain fog and fatigue. So we talk about men's health. So these are some things that our magnesium supplement will help men with. So now there are different types of magnesium. So I don't know, you got to make sure that you're getting the right type because there are different types of magnesium for different purposes. So we have, for example, the magnesium glycinate, which is best for sleep and anxiety, which is highly absorbent and is gentle to the stomach, and it's best for stress, anxiety, and sleep, and also muscle relaxation. Then we have magnesium L trionate, which is best for brain function and memory. It also helps with focus and cognitive function. We have magnesium citrate, which is best for digestion and general use. Also easy to absorb and is gentle and great for constipation and muscle cramps. Magnesium malate, also good for energy and fatigue. It supports our energy production. It's excellent for fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and muscle pain. And the last two, magnesium oxide, is best for short-term constipation. It has a low absorption rate, but it's more common in most of the supplements, such as our own. And it's also, like I said, it supports constipation relief. And the last one is magnesium from marine coral, which is also in the supplement I'll be talking about today, which is a natural source with trace minerals and is great for bone health as well as joint health. So how much magnesium do you need? Like I said, for men, they need about 420 milligrams. Women needs about 320. Pregnant women needs about 350. And most of the people on this earth, and if we're talking about Americans, is 80% lower. They do not get enough magnesium in their daily intake. So as you can see how much magnesium teenagers need about 400 because they're growing. They need about especially boys, about 400. Girls about 350. Men, like I said, about 400. Women 300. Men older than 71 or 30 in this case, 420. Women about 300, a little bit more, and pregnant women need a little bit more as well. So our product of today.
Want stronger bones and a healthier body? Coral Calcium by Artist Life is essential calcium for everyone. Bone and skeletal support, Nourishes your bones with calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. Complete formula. With chondroitin and glucosamine to support flexibility and joint health. Healthy Smile. Helps maintain strong, healthy teeth. Take 2 tablespoons or 1 capful a day, preferably at night, and feel the difference. It will help you relax and sleep better thanks to magnesium. Coral Calcium. Strengthen your body. Protect your future. Want stronger bones?
So our product of the day is, of course, is our Coral Calcium, which is a great product, and it basically helps with bone strength and mineral balance. Like I said, it has over 300 milligrams of magnesium in it, which is about 75% of the daily value. And of course, I just mentioned men should have about 420. So if you're on this call, men, you need to take a little bit more of the actual recommended dosage for our Coral Calcium to get enough that the amount that you will need. It has about 1,475 milligrams of core calcium, which is the calcium, the marine calcium, and with the vitamin D, it has chondroitin, hopefully I'm saying it correctly, glucosamine, also for joint mobility. It has marine trace minerals for mineral balance. It also has vitamin A, C, D, E, and zinc, as well as selenium and more. So basically, this supplement has so many different things in it. Dr. Anastasia, I see your hand. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning. Only because I have to step into another meeting. Good morning, Global Millionaires, and happy close of the month. I just wanted to reiterate some of the things that you said before I left. This is one of the supplements that I was able to use while I was pregnant. And that is why my doctor, I didn't have to take any of the vitamins he was giving me, all the Materna, because this coral calcium made me sleep better. Now, before I was an artist, when I had my son, I had gestational diabetes. And when I was pregnant, it was a totally different ball game when I was pregnant with Robin because I was already on the products. Now, the difference was because I was on the products, I no longer had gestational diabetes because I had always consumed all of the liquids. All of the liquids I consume, everyone. So everything in the liquid bottle, as far as I'm concerned, as artist distributors need to be consuming. Whether you understand everything or not, but anything in those liquid bottles we ought to be consuming. Lastly, according to the doctors on my team, Artist Life has the best quality in calcium. The stuff in the GNC stores and stuff like that, some of them coral calcium tablets is chalk. They're not even real. We have the best calcium on the market according to the doctors on my team and also the dietitian who assists me in Nassau, who works at the university because she was in like 4 or 5 different companies, and that's why she's with artists. She said because our products don't have I forgot the verbiage that she said. I can go back and ask her. A lot of things that they put in the
Fillers.
pardon?
Fillers.
Exactly. Our products don't have those, and we got the best product for calcium. The glucosamine is what Black people are deficient in, and the numbers that you gave, they're higher than that. COVID proved that. They actually put those numbers up to in the 90%, especially people of color are totally deficient in vitamin D and need coral calcium. So if you don't have no coral calcium as a distributor, as we get ready to close the month, you need to order it. Black people are deficient in vitamin D. Big time. Big time. So we got plenty work to do when it comes to so I just mix up everything as a punch. So and that is why people who distributors who fall sick and die, most of them are not on the products. A lot of our distributors are selling the products but are not using the products. That is the purpose of a recurring order so that you use it yourself and that you prove it. Pregnant women, that's your money. They need coral calcium because you not only need it for you, you need it for the baby. That is a supplement that I for sure was on when I was pregnant with Robin, and I slept very well during my pregnancy. All I was doing was sleeping. Coral calcium. And this is the product how I was able to recruit President Juliet. She contacted me because of coral calcium, because our husband couldn't sleep. They didn't spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to the doctors. And one bottle of coral calcium, and in a couple hours, this man sleeping. After years, one bottle. I keep telling y'all don't know what we have in our hands. Coral calcium. Let's get with it.
Thank you, Dr. Anastasia. I see President Pierre, go ahead.
Hi, morning everyone. I just want to validate what RP said. She's correct. I did that research and that's 100% correct. Those deficiencies are exactly what she said in Black people especially. So thanks for allowing me to share.
Thank you so much, President Pierre. Absolutely, like I said, like President Pierre, as well as RP just mentioned, we definitely want to take this supplement. Like I said, I take this because it helps me sleep good, as well as avoid getting muscle cramps at night if I'm working out. This thing works so fast. This weekend, I was actually playing soccer with they had a Mother's Day activity at my godson's soccer practice on Sunday, and we were playing soccer. The mothers and myself were playing soccer. And when I got home, my knees were hurting me. I'm like, why are my knees hurting me while I'm walking up the steps? Instead of taking, people would take Bengay and all these other things. I went straight to the fridge, got me coral calcium, take a shot glass of it, and maybe 20 minutes later, I did not feel any pain in my knees. And so it absorbs so quickly into our bloodstream and it works really well. So I definitely want to get this and share this with other people as well, especially if they're elderly. Men need this as well as women, but especially men because of the fact it helps with as they age, men need more magnesium than women do. All right, so basically magnesium, coral calcium helps solve the magnesium gap as well as the other gap, whether it's a calcium, whether it's vitamin D, whether it's zinc, it helps solve those things. As you can see, the percentage of the amount of minerals each one of these have. For example, coral calcium have about 50% of the daily value. Magnesium has about 75%. Vitamin D has 100% of the daily value in the coral calcium. Vitamin C, there's 133% of the daily value. Daily value means the amount that you need on a daily basis. And definitely if you have after stroke, and that's what my mom takes as well. Yes, Roy Platinum. They recommended that for mom as well. So she gets a shot glass and the recommended amount that a bottle says, it says 2 tablespoons. I give her a shot glass, I take a shot glass, and it's not a very small shot glass, so she gets a lot. And because she doesn't go outside that often. Most time, my mom goes outside is once in a while when she goes to church. And so therefore she became vitamin D deficient. So that's why she gets a shot glass of it because she doesn't go outside as much. So core calcium basically has a reliable source of all these minerals that our body needs and absorbs it into our bodies efficiently. It helps basically bring our body at a homeostasis, at a mineral balance. So your next step, basically you want to find out, check your symptoms. Find out if for some reason, if you notice that the symptoms that I mentioned earlier, if you notice that you have 3 or more of those, you want to see if you're magnesium deficient or even mineral deficient. And if that's the case, you want to start out on core calcium. Connect with a person that invited you, or even if you are a distributor, get your core calcium immediately, and so that you could build up those minerals in your body. And basically share this video or with someone, whether it's a pregnant woman, a caregiver, a man, a mom, definitely men over 40. you want to definitely share this information with them. If you want more information about the core calcium, go to welcome.artist.life. I'm sorry, welcomeartistlife.com. And you'll find more information about this product, our core calcium, as well as any of our other products that we have. Talking about men, just letting you again, June is Men's Month and it's also Father's Day. So we have some awesome products here for our fathers and the men and those men who are in our life, the special guy that's in our lives. So you definitely, whether it's your husband, your father, your uncle, your brothers, you want to give them something that will help them live a long and life on this earth and age well while they're doing that. So here's some sample combos that you could try. And if you don't see, if you want something more personalized, connect with the person that invited you, that shared this video with you, and say, hey, I want a more personalized combo for my daddy. But you definitely want to start ordering it today, so it's in time for Father's Day. So these are some samples, and I will actually post these in the chat as well. These are all great products that every man should be consuming. And this entire month, I'll be sharing about each one of these products. As I close out, I want to leave you with this quote. It says, the doctor of the future will no longer treat the human frame with drugs, but rather will cure and prevent disease with nutrition. And this is quoted by Thomas Edison. And we are seeing this, especially after the pandemic. We've seen more and more doctors are sharing or recommending more vitamins, and they're reducing, especially when it comes to antibiotics. And the kids, they will tell you, hey, take some of these vitamins and drink some water and give them fluid. They're not giving you a lot of prescriptions as they did in the past. If you would like to learn more about what we share every Wednesday and Friday, join us, follow us on our YouTube channel so you get more information about all our products, as well as our reshaping garments on Wednesdays for Winning with Wellness Wednesday with myself or our wellness team, as well on Fridays. We're on Fabulous, Fit, Shaped, and Fabulous with our president